Hey guys,
Hello, everyone.
welcome back to ForWhy. I don't know where that was going.
For why?
ForWhy. I'm Shania.
I'm Julie.
And today we're gonna be talking about why was that accent? Today we're gonna be talking about the problematic things that happened in Love Island 2021.
Yeah, there's been a lot of topics, a lot of issues, a lot of things that need to be addressed, that need to be talked about, that were brushed over.
First of all, how would you rate this season?
Let's just say the first 3 weeks, I was like, what is this?
It was
This
proper
is
boring, isn't it?
boring. And then after Casa Amor, it was like the most dramatic, I was like, okay, go off.
Isn't it? Like the most dramatic Casa Amor has been ever. Like Casa
Like,
Amor.
everyone cheated. Jake was being a little snake.
Yeah.
It was a bit crazy, but Stan Teddy. That's all.
Love Teddy. Oh no, at first, but we'll get into that. Anyways,
Yeah.
so I would say the season was a strong 6.
Um, I would think it depends. Like if you do the first half or the second half of the season.
Because
But
like overall, because like
overall,
you can't differentiate it because it's all part of the same thing. Because
I
like if
think
you rewatch it, you'd
I
have
want
to
to
do
get
the
it
first one.
like a 6.5 because I want to get it a little bit more than 6, but it's not enough to be a 7.
It's not enough to be a 7. Like 2000 and was it 19 was like 8 or a 9, 9 probably.
No, the first and the second seasons are the best because they're so dramatic.
I still haven't seen them,
Yeah,
but
because
yeah,
they're
anyway,
still allowed to smoke, and it was kind of funny.
they're allowed to smoke.
Well, they're still allowed to smoke, but they got shown on screen while they were smoking, and all the drama happened when they were in the smoking area.
Oh, that is fun. That's kind of like Big Brother, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, so tell me what one of your big issues was in this year's Love Island.
all right. So my big issue, my big issue was the representation of Black women. Like I know we keep like I probably keep talking about this the most, but it actually is the biggest issue no matter where
It
you
actually
go.
is a big issue, though. It actually is.
Like, no matter where you go, there's always a Black woman being painted as a villain. So I would like to talk about Miss Rachel because she seems to be forgotten about. The poor 30. How old is she again? At 28?
Yeah, I think she was almost 30.
Yeah, the poor almost 30-year-old lady, right? She just wanted to be loved, okay? And they violated her so much. So first of all, she was thrown into a situation where she had to pick between two guys who didn't fancy her and wasn't her like she
Yeah,
wasn't their
why did
type.
the producers really said you get no choice?
You get no choice. And oh, we're gonna dash in a bombshell, so let's dash in like the most throwawayable one. Like by the end, we know that she's just gonna get thrown away anyway, so we might as well just put her in this situation now.
And then it was awkward because these two boys, you knew they wanted blonde and blue-eyed girl. Like you just no.
Do you know what I mean?
Just
Blonde and
no,
blue eyes,
they were lying.
and like, what's his name? Brad.
Yeah.
Brad was like fucking 21, and Chugs Oliver, fucking Oliver. His name, I'm not calling you Chugs. Your name's Oliver. Fucking Oliver. Yeah, it was like 24, 25, I don't know specifically, but you got these young boys that she has to pick between who aren't her type and who aren't mature enough for her.
Yeah.
So it's like, what the fuck? But apparently, she slept with Brad
Yeah, that
on
came
one of
out
the
way
nights.
later. That didn't
Yeah.
it wasn't shown.
But people are like, why is she crying? And do you know what? Me and Julie were like, why is she crying? Why is she crying all the time?
But the way it was shown, it was so weird. It was like, okay, you guys were talking, but you weren't
You
you
weren't a
know,
couple, but it
yeah.
makes sense. This guy made her feel like he fancied her, like he sexually desired her, had sex with her, and then said, "Nah, you're not my type. I'm gonna go for Lucinda." Fucking
Really?
really? Like fucking Lucinda. I'm just mind boggled by that. And then they put on the fucking TV that she dropped as well. You know, remember when she dropped in the challenge?
Yeah.
I thought that was such a violation. Like, you didn't actually have to show that. You could have just shown her like getting up.
It's just the way they represented Rachel. Like from the start, when she came in and she only got to choose between two people,
Yeah.
to not showing that they slept together, like making her seem like dramatic and over emotional,
Mhm.
overreacting.
Overly sexual as well. Like, I'm sure she wasn't just a sexual person, but like how she tried to get male attention that we
Yeah.
saw was just through sex.
Yeah.
Like when Teddy came, she was just like, "Oh yeah, so what's your
It was a
favorite?"
bit cringe, but bless her heart.
It was mad cringe, but I feel like she wasn't just doing all of that, but that's all they wanted to show, this sexual deviant black woman that is overly emotional and overly dramatic. Like all the bad stereotypes, because you have Kaz who's the polar opposite, so they have to have in some negative reinforcement somehow.
Yeah.
But then since Rachel left, because again everyone violated her, also fuck Ian Sterling, by the way, because on their recap he made to sure to mention mostly everybody and didn't mention Rachel,
Yeah,
like
like
at all.
she wasn't important.
She wasn't important at all. So how can you do a whole Love Island
But
recap?
also, can we talk about how weren't all the other bombshells blonde?
Literally, she was the first black or POC, well, before what's her name, Priya, POC
Oh
to be
yeah.
on Love Island, like as a bombshell. That's crazy. That's an accomplishment in itself because
But Priya is also, let's not talk about her
yeah, we'll
because
talk about her later.
this girl.
Yeah, yikes. But yeah, so that's Rachel. And then you have Kaz as the polar opposite, who was doing such a good job
Kaz
in
was
the
doing the
British limelight.
most, the
She was
most to not reinforce stereotypes. She was like,
she
no.
would she was like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. And then as soon as Casamora hit, it was like the British were like, nah, fuck Kaz. We're not gonna see her the same way anymore.
Oh my God. No. Casamore this year was like, I don't trust men at all anymore. I have trust issues. I just
As
from
it is, right?
yes, Casamore. It was
Like,
just crazy. Why do they all cheat? And then even Jake, who has a girlfriend, he's like, "Yeah, you all boys go cheat." And I'm
go
like,
cheat on
why?
yourself. Like, what the hell?
Anyway, and then obviously the girls got a message that the boys were being dickheads in the in
In
Casamore,
Casamora.
and
While they were
and
just sitting there doing nothing.
and then Cass said, "Let me get myself some attention. Why not?
Why not?
Why
Because
not?"
at this point, Tyler came in, right? Shout out to Tyler from Croydon. Love that. So, so he came in and he's like, "Hey, more for you, babes. Got you. Like, I just
Before Casamore, this was before
this is
Casamore.
before Casamora. Like, I'm all for you, babes. Like, I don't want to get to know anybody else. I'm literally like tunnel vision you. I want you." And she was like, "Oh my god, yay!" They got along. They started lip sync. Da 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 da. Then Casamore hit, and he said, "Haha, I'm gonna go for the light skin girl." Cool,
But
that's fine.
also, so that yeah, the other girl, she
Yeah,
was
Clarice.
into Teddy.
She was into Teddy.
Yeah, she
More
was into Teddy, but then Teddy was like, no. And then she was like, oh, let me go for Tyler then, which was
it's like
also
like
funny.
yeah, but she was on her face was annoying anyway. No offense to her, but your face was annoying. But the thing is, that's cool. You bring another girl back, so you want Kaz to sit there like a mug. You want
Yeah.
to sit there like a mug when you said, "Oh, hey, I'm all for you." So when she picked Matthew, poor Matthew, but also he does too
But
much.
also, why are we like all these Casamore boys and the Casamore girls? Of course, they're trying to get into the main villa because, like, that's their goal.
Yeah,
Of
they
course, they're
want
not
to
just,
be on the show.
yeah.
So
So why are we acting like Matthew was like, oh, I'm so in love with Kaz, and he wasn't like, oh, I like this person. Also, it's a ticket to the villa. Like, I'm sure he had like some opportunistic
and it
thoughts behind it as well. He wasn't like this angel. Everyone's like, wow.
and like, oh my god, poor Matthew. He literally had the opportunity to get to know anybody he liked, especially the Casamore girls that was new there.
Yeah,
There were so many. You could have got to know anybody. You could have got to know Mary, Amy, Clarice. Like there was so many, but whatever. Um that was his bed to lay in. But everyone was mad because Kaz's actual feelings for Tyler was still there. Which, how are you mad at that? Like,
Also, is that not a very human thing? You're like, okay, you see that the guy you like is going with someone else. So they're like,
yeah,
okay, you do like a you just get the attention from someone else to like be distracted. Like she was in like a not this mood. Like she was like, I'm
yeah,
gonna
she's
get it myself. And
this.
then her and Tyler talk. Well, they fought first of all. That was
They
really
thought
entertaining.
that was really entertaining.
And then they got back together because they were like, actually, the people we picked out from Casamore ain't shit. And that's just how it is.
It
It
is
sucked
what
the other
it is.
ones, but what are you gonna
But
do?
it's like, it's not like they're in threat of anything other than like leaving the villa, which if you didn't get picked at Casa Amor, you was gonna leave the villa anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't really, I'm really confused to where the British public was like, oh my god, she's such a bitch. How?
I mean, probably she could have handled it better, but also, are we pretending we could have done it better? You know, it's always like it's
You know
easy
what I
watching
mean?
these shows and being like, "Oh, she did this and this wrong," but did you? Could you have done it?
Do
Like,
you know
you
what
know?
I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm still confused to this day to what she actually did that was wrong. And then like the way Matthew was like clapping and cackling when it was the movie night, when they like replayed Tyler getting it on with
Yeah.
Clarice, but it was like, sir, calm yourself. Like you're acting like you really like this girl. But turns out, TT's now on unseen bits, he's the one not even trying to talk to her and avoiding
Yeah.
her all day. So really and truly, these it's just the trope that these producers are trying to perpetuate on black women all the
I
time. Like,
feel
oh,
like
look at
Taz
her.
was so popular, and then
Hmm.
this happened, and she got a little bit unpopular, and the producers and the media really ran with it. They were like, "Hell yeah, finally!"
But I think the producers wanted her to be unpopular. They didn't want her to like because she was up there with Jake and Liberty to win, right?
Yeah.
So let's get rid of her because the producers always have their agenda of who they want to win.
Yeah.
I think the only year that didn't work in their favor was when Amber won because they wanted Tommy and Molly May to win.
Yeah, Amber really said, "I am the only sole winner of Love
I am
Island
the
ever."
true winner of that season. But yeah, like that's the only time their like powers didn't go into their favor because
Yeah,
the British public love Amber way too much than they did Molly May. Like they just didn't enjoy Molly May. But I think they wanted to ruin that for Kaz early.
yeah.
Like early. They said, nah, we're not
Ugh,
gonna
I'm
have this
so
again.
upset. I just Cass and Tyler. Should we talk about it now? The whole.
Yeah.
I'm so upset how they got fourth place. I don't understand. I won't understand. I don't want to understand.
They exposed the votes, did you see? The
But
percentages.
the whole of well, Shania has a theory that I'm on Black Twitter. I don't know how I got there. I don't know how, why. But when I put Love Island into my Twitter for search to
Mhm.
see what people are saying, it was all Kaz and Tyler and Chloe and Toby. Everyone was like, please let's not let Millie and Liam win, or
Guys,
Faye and Teddy for that matter.
Julie's
And
on
then,
Black Twitter. I'm telling you now. She's not on the Fiat 500. She is on Black Twitter, and it's great because that's the way you should be. You should be on
then
Black
I
Twitter.
see these votes, and it's like 40% for Millie and Liam, and I'm like, are 40, can we just not let 40-year-old white moms vote? Because I feel like
Do
who
you
voted
know
for
what?
Millie and Liam? Whatever.
I'm
This is not
not
about them.
surprised because we're forgetting that again, we're surprised because we're in London. Like we
Mm.
keep seeing these things and like, oh my god, how can this be? And only know that London is only a small percentage of the rest of the UK, and the rest of the UK is predominantly old white women that watch Love Island. Like, what do you expect?
And it's probably a bunch of girls that want to look like Millie and are
Yeah,
attracted to Liam.
because Kaz is what from Essex. Amber, I know I keep going back to Amber, but she's the only POC who won, right? She's from Newcastle, right? So
Amber is
that's
just so iconic. I
but she's from a predominantly white area. So if you
yeah,
get all the predominantly white area to vote
yeah,
and anybody from up north to vote, then you won. So that makes sense to me. But for Kaz, because she's from South, she's from London, like not from London, from Essex. Essex or London, one of the two. But she's like that's South England, isn't it? and
Yeah.
that's only a small percentage. So like the votes make sense to me. I'm like, I know we're surprised because like the behavior, you would think people would see sense.
I think my
But no.
problem is the most that Cass and Tyler got fourth and Faye and Teddy even got more. I think that's what I
I
had most issues.
Yeah. Because we were like, we know she's not gonna win, but really fourth after Faye and Teddy. Faye and Teddy. Before we get into them, did you see that that Now magazine? I swear you sent this to me as
Yeah,
well.
so
Yeah.
it got posted online a lot, and even one of the Georgia, or yeah,
Hmm.
the one that was with Hugo for like 2 hot seconds,
Yeah.
um, she reposted it on her story saying that, like calling them out, saying like,
Mm.
why are you posting Gibberty, who like broke it off and didn't even get to the finale, but you're not putting Cass and Tyler, who actually got into the finale and have a strong relationship. It seems like at least.
Yeah. That
So
shout out to Georgia. Blah, blah, she seems like a real one.
yeah.
Um, that whole thing, and then I saw that they um released an apology saying thanks for holding us accountable. We were doing it off of like accounts and votes and how people wanted who people wanted to see in the finals, not who was actually in the finals. But
What?
like
Who wanted to see? No one
who
wants to see Liberty.
no nobody wanted to see Jake.
Like Liberty, yes, but
Nobody.
definitely not Jake.
Definitely not Jake. Like, and they were broken up, so how could you even?
Also, tell me you're a magazine run by only white people without telling me you're only
Do you know what I
by
mean? And
breaking.
it's and how even if that was the case, right? You was going off polls. How is the caption, well, the headline,
Yeah.
the real winners of Love Island 2021? Like, you obviously wanted to discriminate and exclude them for a reason because.
There's also a
Like,
theory that they lightened the skin of Tyler and Toby, and I was like, ooh,
oh,
but I can't. Allegedly, I don't want to get sued.
I mean, Toby's mixed race,
Yeah.
so makes sense, I guess. I don't know. But Tyler's black, so that's really mad.
Oh no, not
What?
Tyler. Sorry, Teddy. Tyler wasn't on the
Oh,
cover.
Teddy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's I don't know where Teddy's from.
Yeah, they're both like not as dark as Tyler, which is also very interesting.
Mm,
Their popularity with the public.
that the skin tone's not that dark, so that's why he couldn't win. That's the other thing, right? All bloody dark skinned women on that show, which is great because we never really see that apart from Priscilla last year. And like you
But
have the one to go that far and then you exclude her. Like we won't notice.
I
She was
need
the
just
only black one for time. Sorry.
also she was so fashionable. Like, I'm sorry. Like, did you see Kaz's outfits? Did you see her whole like look? She always looked stunning.
No
But
teenage shade, she just didn't wear a blazer and no bra. Like
who gets the praise? Millie. Not that Millie is not fashionable, but I think there's, you know, m-
her outfits were
Kaz is doing
recycled.
the
Yeah,
most. Like, she's really
Kaz
serving
was
us
doing the
looks.
most. She
Like,
was the only black girl. How do you exclude her? Like we won't notice. Like oh my god, she was just a shadow the entire time. Haha. Like the racism is really rife.
and
Racism really rife. I
then
can't.
yeah, and then Kaz and Tyler, they were really unpopular after Casa Amor for some reason. Like they
Yeah.
even got voted into when there was the voting, like when you had to vote for your favorite islander, and they were the bottom, both of them.
Mhm.
I was like, okay, didn't we love Cass like 2 weeks
2
ago?
seconds ago. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
it's literally because of Matthew. Like you did the white boy wrong. You did the white boy dirty. So we're just not gonna vote for you anymore. Like, and do you know what? I'm just so that I'm over the situation. It just pisses me off. Like,
yeah, but this is why I've seen people like black women online speaking about how they think maybe black women shouldn't go anymore on TV because you keep seeing this trauma, like Cass or Priscilla or Rachel. You see this
mm,
trauma on these black women who get rejected all the time on reality TV, and it's like maybe we should stop doing that as long as the producers are not casting people who have actual preferences in anything else than white, skinny, blonde women.
but it's like, why should we protest when there's no shows like that for us to go on? So why should we miss out?
Yeah.
Like, that's all fair game. I understand where they're coming from, but
Why can't they just, when they cast someone, They ask for
Mm.
preference, obviously, because it's a dating show.
Yeah, but that's why all the bombshells were blonde and
Yeah,
blue.
but why don't they cast some men that actually like other types of women?
I
I'm
mean, I'm
sure
sure
they're
they say
out there.
it. Like, I don't know. I don't know if the producers are doing their job or like the men go in there and say, hey, yeah, no, I like all types of women,
And then
but
it's just
like
not true.
specifically that. Yeah, and then it's not true.
Anyway,
Like,
it's annoying. I'm annoyed. I don't want to see anymore. I'm bored. They all look the same. Lucinda, Millie, Faye, Chloe,
I mean, they all got their distinctive
Mary, they all look the
features.
same. No, they all look the same.
Okay.
Janaya,
I,
come on.
I was just not trying to be racist because personally I can't say that. But
No, I'm just like, but it's all
you
the
speak for
same
me, sis.
type of girl. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, Millie was like the non-plastic surgery one. She was like down to earth.
yeah, but it's just like, ugh, where are the Asian women? Where are the like? And then you have an Asian woman with Priya, and then she's a Tory. Like, what are we? What is
I
going on?
fancy Boris Johnson. Like, okay, fair enough. You are a Tory. You can vote for whoever you vote for. Like, that's in your right. It's in your divine right, right? Like, that's the point of democracy. But you fancy him? This is where I draw the line.
She
This
follows
is,
Pretty Patel on Instagram. That's all I needed to know.
you know what I mean? But this is where I draw the line because don't lie to me in it. Don't chat shit to my face just because you love a party too much. He's not sexy.
She said
His,
the hair does it for her. I was like,
the
no,
hair, what hair? The string on his head,
no,
the wig,
no.
the
I'm
band.
just like, so you give me an Asian, like an Indian woman,
Yeah,
right? Or is she in? Yeah,
I'm not sure where she's from.
uh, Asian,
Yeah,
like,
South
yeah,
Asian.
South Asian.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yay, more representation. But then you give me one that's like acting white. If you catch my drift, not to be like stereotypical,
Yeah.
not
But
to be
like
like,
Shannon was on there. Everyone forgets about Shannon. Shannon
Shannon
was on there. She
said,
was
I'm here
Asian.
to make money, and they said no.
She wasn't there for love. She wanted the deals. But she was so pretty and she didn't seem like she was like Priya, you know? Priya as a bombshell, I'm confused. There's nothing she's not ugly. She's not ugly. She's a stunning girl. It's the fact that her energy and her personality doesn't scream bombshell and I'm confused.
She was angry because Brett with T, not with D, chose the wrong cheese when she asked what his favorite cheese was. This
Like
is the most whitest, conservative, like
mindset ever.
posh thing I've ever heard in my life.
Is that a real life ick for people? Like is
I
that
don't know,
a
Shania.
thing?
I don't know. I know a lot of people who like cheese. Like, okay,
I mean,
like
I
I
like cheese, but like I will have any
no,
type
I've
of
been like
cheese.
I know a lot of people who loved like that kind of cheese where you know the different kind of types of cheese and stuff because
Okay.
obviously I'm surrounded by like I'm white, so I grew up with a lot of white people and it's a big thing to like have the cheese plates and stuff. It's a French thing. It's a you
Okay,
know
you're European, so that like makes more
European
sense
thing.
to me.
So,
Yeah.
but I've never heard someone say I'm not attracted to this person because they said their favorite cheese was a cheese that's boring. Like, how is that an
What
issue?
cheese did he say?
Brie,
Oh, that's not boring. Nobody just has brie, you know?
apparently for Miss Priya, that's
I
boring.
mean, if he said mozzarella, I'd be like, okay. Like mozzarella's great, don't get me wrong. But like that's a basic cheese to me. Nobody eats brie, you know?
I think sometimes these people go into the show and they lose, like, something happens in their brain. Is there something in the air that makes them dumber?
I
I
don't
can't.
know.
'Cause
But she was, do you know when they were
she's a
doing the
medical
challenge?
student. She can't be that, like,
Like, I don't know, but she can be like absorbed and like
yeah, she
up
can be shallow
herself.
and smart.
Yeah, like that's not a like
And
opposing
doesn't she
traits of
do
each
like
other. But
24-hour marathons? So
huh?
crazy.
Does
I
she?
think, yeah, I think she said something like, I was like, okay, girl.
Oh, I mean,
Like,
it wasn't. She's very much in shape. But my thing is, it was when they were doing the challenge, and they were like, "Who's the smartest couple? Who's the most intellectual couple?" And she
yes,
was like, "Us, obviously." And I was like,
because they have degrees, yeah.
"Bitch!" Like that made me look at her like, "Ew." Because don't underestimate people's intelligence just because they don't have a degree. Like,
I love how Chloe was like, I think me and Toby are really smart. We just don't
we just
appear like
we
that because
don't
we
know
don't
it.
talk smartly. And I was like, oh my God, I stand this. Like,
Yeah,
Toby and Chloe went from the most hated to one of the most
the
loved
most loved
couples. And
couples.
that's hilarious to me.
Those jokes. But I just want to talk about how like that statement is so incorrect and such a false
Yeah, but she
narrative.
was too sure about it. You know what I mean? She was like,
Yeah,
I
she
am
was like,
better than people
ah,
who come on Love Island usually. That's what I got
one
from.
of the smartest people I know. Shout out to Jed, he's not gonna listen. He literally doesn't have a degree and he's just intelligent. Like the guy can talk to me about all the flags around the world. Like it's just it doesn't he can literally quote to me Hamlet and he doesn't have a degree. So the fact that you can go on national TV and be like, we have a degree, so we're obviously smart.
Also, there's some
Like piss
dumbass
off.
people that have a university degree. I'm sorry.
Do you know
Like,
what I mean? Like it's not it's hard to get a university degree, but also it's like you could do it in anything and get a degree, you know.
you can also pay people for to
You
do
can
it.
also pay, yeah, you can pay people to do your work. Like I know people who pay people to do their assignments. So
But also, like, what does intelligence mean? There's like, of course, there's academic intelligence, but there's also like social intelligence, emotional intelligence, like, you know.
exactly. Just piss off
But this is
with
a
your
topic for
stuck
different,
up
different.
self. And she actually pissed me off. Like I just hated her watching her on screen. And it was just like her like geeky, awkward smile and her like she obviously didn't go along with the girls very well. And I was just like, your presence is just so wrong for this show. Anyway.
But
And
I
then
want to say one positive thing. She
mm-hmm,
donated the money she got from being on Love Island, which was like £750.
mm-hmm,
She donated all of that to the NHS. So at least she said,
fair
like,
enough. It's £750. Well, she was only there for like what, 2 weeks?
yeah, I think it depends how long you're on.
Oh, fair. 'Cause I would say that's not a lot of money, but if she was only there for 2 weeks, then that makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, with the other Asian girl, but East Asian, Sharon. Let's talk about Sharon. Just on the topic of POCs, let's talk about
Oh, Sharon. I think,
Sharon.
oh God. Yeah.
What was with all the Asian women from all different aspects of Asia? What was wrong with you guys? Because honestly, as an Asian person, I'm offended of this representation
Do you
because
think,
all of them were
like,
just awful.
because even Sharon had this, like,
I'm better than everybody else.
yeah, like, I don't want to judge these people because I don't know them, but it's almost like I am like mixed. She was mixed, right?
Yeah,
But
she's half white.
yeah, I think it's almost like, it seems almost like, oh, but I am better than most of, like, it almost seems like self hatred
Hatred.
against that part of,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure, I don't know her, but you know, the way she acts is like, oh, I am a civil servant and I'm so fancy and I'm so this and so and posh and so here and so that.
Literally, and it just made me feel sick because it's like I'm so proud of Love Island for even getting this much Asian people on the show in the first place. Because last year it was just Naz, I
Oh
think.
yeah.
So I'm proud for the representation that they attempted to have, but also your casting for these specific demographics were so
Yeah.
wrong because it was just like you just set up all the white women to succeed in the show.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just like the editing or it's just their personalities, but Sharon was so unbearable to watch. Like
Honestly.
just so unbearable.
Yeah,
She
maybe it's just the editing. Maybe they never, because even Hugo, he said that
mhm.
he talked a lot about his disability and they never showed it. And they cast him specifically to have someone with a disability on the show. So
Is
why
the
are you not showing
disability
it?
in his chin? Is it his jaw?
What? No, it's his leg. It's his foot.
I'm taking a piss. That's really
Oh,
bad. Because
Lord.
the way he talks irritates me. Like
Yeah.
he
No, I'm
moves his
just
whole
saying they
mouth.
cast this person for a specific reason, but then they don't show them talking about the struggles, like informing the viewers.
Fuck
But
Hugo. Sorry, I know this is serious, and like I would appreciate someone with a disability to talk about the disability, but also fuck Hugo. I'm glad they didn't air that because I don't want him to get sympathy votes. Like I don't want him around. Pissed me off.
no, I'm just saying maybe with
Sorry,
Shannon and Priya, maybe they talked more about their struggles as a POC on
I
Asian
don't
woman.
know.
They just didn't show it. That's all I want
Sorry, you
to
just
say.
I know what you was getting at. You know, you just like hate someone. So when you hear their like their name, you're like, oh my god, fuck this bitch. I genuinely dislike Hugo. But yeah, no, maybe they did talk about being a POC, but I doubt it because like who's gonna bring that up? It's not like Jake's gonna be like, "You're right, love. Like, tell me about you being Asian," or "Tell me about you
Yeah.
being mixed race." You know?
But I'm sure they talked about it because they're there so long and they don't have anything to do other than talk and like exercise.
But hear me out. Are these the type of women? No,
That,
like
yeah.
judging off of what we see to even acknowledge any struggles that they may face
Yeah, yeah.
being of
I
a
totally get what you mean. That's what I'm saying. Maybe they need to cast, but maybe the people that would bring a better representation don't even apply.
maybe.
Like, would you apply?
Would I apply?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, no, because I'm hairy and the idea of me being shaven every day or waxed is long
Imagine getting
for a
ready
bikini.
every evening. I would puke.
Putting makeup on that much times a day,
My
or
skin would be disgusting by the second week.
do you know what I mean? Like my pores will clog up. Like I just it's long for me. Also, then the kissing challenges or like food challenges, I can't do that. I can't kiss everybody, you know.
No,
It's
I'm
not
just
in
saying
my nature.
maybe these kind of women like you who would like talk about like issues like that don't even apply because they're like, no, I can't.
Yeah, this is disgusting. But I
Yeah.
don't know because like if I was on there, would I talk about issues? Like I couldn't go on there and be like, oh, Asian representation because I don't have much of the culture to represent. So I couldn't be like, yeah, I get this. And I don't want to go and then spread a false narrative about Asian people because just the way I've been treated by
Hmm.
some, like a select minority. So it's
Yeah.
like I have to be very careful with my words to speak on top of my experiences just
Yeah.
because of how they edit things and how it's aired. Then I
Yeah.
would have to be like, "Oh my god, the Asian community hates me," or like I'm spreading false hatred about the Asian community on the Black community, which isn't entirely false, but there's some inaccuracies, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, but
Just
like I don't know, no one's gonna have that conversation unless I wasn't like picked. That'd be like the racism as Bance, but also the racism. But like I didn't see how it'd be brought up unless I'm talking to the other black girls about their experiences. But would that be aired? Probably not.
hmm. That's what I'm saying. I think a law is not aired. That
Yeah.
would open more discussions because Love Island is on ITV2, which broadcasts to the whole country, and maybe they don't want angry Karen emails.
They would get a lot of comms being like, why are we talking about race? We don't see color. Blah, 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 blah.
Because I think ITV2 is like, oh, this is a reality TV show. People just want to see drama, and like they don't take it as seriously as as us young people or some of us want this series to be like, you know, they're just like, let's
Yeah.
keep it fun, let's keep it fresh.
I mean, I don't know. To be honest, I'd only go on Love Island if you was coming with me, but they
I would go if I was single. Like I would apply just for the jokes, and I would go on there, and I would just hate on the UK the whole time, and I would get thrown off so easy, so quickly.
you would get thrown off so easily. You'll get no votes, babes.
Yeah, I'd be like,
Don't
this
do that.
country is racist. This country hates foreigners. You guys are annoying because of
They'll be
Brexit.
like, they'll be like, "Who is this French girl talking shit about us? Let's
Oh
get
my
her
God.
off the telly." You're like, she's not even French, babe. Anyway, um, but yeah, okay. So that's the POCs. That took a long
Let's
time.
quickly talk about
Faye and
Faye and
Teddy.
Eddie being top three instead of top four. But okay.
Okay.
How did they get more votes in Cat in Thailand? That is the big question.
I have no idea. I remember texting you being like, Faye and Teddy. Faye and Teddy, third place, really. Like
So Kaz and Tyler, who had like a little slip up during Casa More, but then have been nothing but wholesome and
strong.
strong afterwards, got less votes than Faye and Teddy, who constantly screams at him.
Literally. So that whole situation was just an hour that we got to see anyway, that we were blessed with, an hour of her just screaming at the guy, talking about emasculating him, really, and to the point of him crying. And they came third. Sure.
Is it because some women see themselves in Faye? Maybe.
I don't know
Is it
because that
because Teddy
concerns
was
me.
popular? Because he was really popular, and people just voted for him even though they didn't like Faye. Maybe.
No, because like he pissed me off how he treated Kaz, so I stopped liking him.
Yeah, but loads of people liked him, like a lot, a lot.
Yeah, I don't know how. Like as soon as he did that to Kaz, I lost my respect. That it was so unnecessary. Like they that also that situation where she got picked on really pissed me off. We didn't talk about that, but whatever. Let's move on. Um, I think people see Faye as an insecure, wounded soul, and like it's not her fault that she's had experienced trauma and she must be forgiven. But put that on any other person, like any POC women,
Yeah,
they're awful. They're horrible human
yeah,
beings
yeah, yeah,
to
for
get off
sure,
it.
for
Like
sure.
it's
Me,
that British white girl savior mentality. Like, oh my god, I'm a victim, even though really you're just a horrible human being.
what I find interesting about that, obviously the producers knew Faye was like had some issues, some like anger issues or trust issues or whatever. And they
Hmm.
use that for entertainment. That's why they chose the clips they did for Teddy. That's why they chose the picture they did for Teddy, even though he was the most innocent one during Casa Amor.
Yeah.
They said, let me call on Storm Faye, Hurricane Faye.
Hmm.
They wanted that. And then afterwards, she got a lot of hate online because they were like, get this person out. She's abusive to Teddy, which is also like, okay, maybe we're getting too like extreme with some things.
Yeah.
But then afterwards, they gave her this redemption arc where they showed only good moments of her, like her talking to Liberty, her, all these like redemption moments.
They wanted that though. She was encouraged to apologize and she was encouraged to go after Liberty because imagine
Exactly.
Liberty's crying. Where is Chloe and Millie? First of all, I thought I, I feel like Chloe was the only one other than Kaz who was actually there for Liberty.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they gave her these moments, but do you think she only got these moments because she's a white woman?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. She gave me Danny Dyer
Yeah.
vibes,
Yeah.
like the commoner out of the bunch. Like
Yeah.
as much as she talks poshly,
Yeah.
that was good in it.
Yeah.
She is a bit more broody, not broody, that's the wrong word. A bit more like a
Maybe
boyish.
rough around the edges,
Yeah,
a bit more
yeah, like
unelegant, a bit more brute, a bit more.
yeah, than she is compared to the other girls. So it's
Yeah.
like it's the I'm not like other girls kind of thing. Like, oh, I can make banter. I'm not that sensitive. I can like
Yeah.
give it to ya and I can take it, like type of thing. Like her roast wasn't roasting, sorry, first of all. I know
I
everyone
was
said that.
so cringe. The talent
It
show
was
was
so
so cringy. Oh my
cringy.
god.
The whole talent show, like you didn't have talented people in there in that aspect to like present like that. You know, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Like I'm not saying they're not talented. I'm saying they're not talented in the aspect to do a talent show
Yeah. Yeah.
compared to the Winter Love Island. So I don't know why they did that. Anyway, but this is not the point. Um, she's just an horrible person. Why I say the roast wasn't roasting because you're just being mean. It wasn't funny. There was no comedic value to it. It was just you being mean. You're a mean person.
I think she is one of the contestants that needs serious like anger issue help. Like she
Help,
can't just
yeah.
explode at people like that. So that's why
She
I also
needs
think they
therapy.
won't last because I can see that Teddy really like I can see that they really like each other.
Mm,
But even Teddy's brothers were like, no. They were trying so hard to be like nice,
yeah.
but yeah, they were like, no.
They're like, no,
And if you
sir.
don't have support from the family, that's so hard to be in a relationship.
I mean, they were trying to like laugh it off, but also like, how can you laugh off that situation? Like, she's just horrible. And the fact that Teddy's like, oh no, I'm okay. Like, he must. I don't know what he went through in his childhood to why he feels he must accept that type of behavior, because you didn't break up with her. You didn't try to reject her afterwards. You actually tried to win her back,
Yeah.
ironically. So I don't know what in his mind he's going through. But Faye needs to step out of this mentality that everyone's there to hurt her, because no one's there to
Yeah,
hurt
that's what
you,
I'm saying.
babe.
She really needs like help. Like
Like
it,
serious help. And the
this
fact
this
that
ain't
people
good
see
for
that.
anyone involved.
Yeah, it's bad that people see that and be like, "Oh, I feel sorry for her. She's just going through trauma." What?
Yeah.
What? And the fact is, like, she's had so many different edits, so you can't even be like, "Oh, it's the editing why she's a horrible person." No, they try to give her such a great light all the time. She's just a horrible person. You can't change that. That is just
I mean,
transparent.
maybe it can be changed with like therapy, but for now, like this is not good.
No, and then fucking third place. You just inflate her behavior even more. Like, that's okay. You can do it
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Teddy going back to her, trying to win her back. You can do that behavior all the time, babes. Like, no, that's not okay. And then the fact that she knows she's done wrong. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I took it a bit too far. And the fact that none of the girls in that moment said, "Hey, you're doing too much." Like, if I was there, I'd be like, "What are you doing? Why are you doing this?
Yeah. But all the girls were scared of her. You could tell
Why? What can you say?"
because she like went off on people, and it's like scary.
She went off on Ga-
Chloe a few times.
Dale. Dale?
Dale. Jake a few times.
No, do you remember the guy who went to speak to her and say, "Hey, like, calm down"?
Oh, maybe.
Is that his name, Dale?
The one with the tattoos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he tried to calm her down and she was like,
He was
"Why you
cool.
can fuck off?"
Him and Abby were so cool. Why didn't they come in earlier? Whatever.
I don't know, I liked Abby.
Yeah.
Um,
So now I want to talk about one last thing. We're done with Faye and Teddy, right? We're over it.
yeah, there's nothing else to say other than she's a horrible person. No one can change my mind, sorry.
So, closing the chapter on that,
Mhm.
I want to talk about how this year, obviously in Casamore, all the guys like they went on a literally lads holiday, they had fun, and then they came back and thought it was okay to act like nothing happened.
Yep.
Especially Liam. I know Liam and Millie were not boyfriend girlfriend. Okay. But we all know they were like really serious in Love Island terms. Okay.
Your voice is so serious. Sorry,
And
I'm really
he went
laughing.
in there and he was like, lol, let me just make out with this girl and have some fun and tell her I can see her nipple and cuddle with her.
3 girls.
And then go back to the villa and pretend like I'm this great person, like do a Tommy Fury, which he's not,
Mhm.
and come in and be like, wow, look at me, I'm so great.
It's like, "Oh my god, babe, but I missed you."
And Love
Ah.
Island said no. Love Island said no. You're not able to get away with this. And they said, here is Lily. Sorry, they have the same fucking name. It's so.
It's so jokes. Imagine going cheating on your girl with this a girl with the same name or
I mean,
similar
almost.
name.
Millie, Lily, whatever.
Yeah.
So Lily came in and she was like, literally, I had a connection with Liam. We shared a bed, we kissed. And Millie was like, the fuck is this? And I was like, thank God she is like upset about it. She's ignoring him. She's not going back to him. I was like, yes. And then she met with Lily and they exchanged everything. So she now,
Mm,
because Liam said, I'll tell you everything. And he didn't even tell her everything still
he's
because he's
a
a liar and a cheater and can't be trusted.
yeah.
And then I was like, okay, she's not going to get back with him. The producers are going to send someone in for Millie. It's going to be like an Amber kind of situation, maybe. You know,
Yeah.
no. The whole
No.
the whole villa was like, let me tell Millie to get back with Liam and let's help Liam get her back. And I was like, why are we excusing this behavior?
Bro.
Because we have low standards for men. That's why.
Because we can literally allow a person to hurt us, specifically a man, and then be like, "No, it's okay, I forgive you because I feel bad that you feel bad."
Yeah, literally,
What? Who
because
raised us
even
like
oh
that?
my god, It's just, it makes me so, I'm so pissed off. And then the whole UK also forgave Liam. Did we forget did just everyone completely forget that he came into the villa from Casamor and just wanted to pretend like he didn't do anything? Like,
He looks like he's really sorry, and I can see them working on the outside. Says the people I work with.
no,
I work with like predominantly
no.
white people, and they all said that. And it's like, are we watching the same thing? I
This
literally said,
man
mm,
cheated on national TV. What do you think is going to happen when he's in a club where there's no cameras?
no cameras, nobody's
The
gonna
man is
clock
21 years old.
you.
He's famous, he's rich now, and he's good looking.
Also, he's going back to fucking Wales, babes. You're in Essex. What are you gonna do? What are you
No.
gonna do?
I mean, I hope for them that they're going to work out, but
I don't wish illness on anybody.
we are literally rewarding men for cheating. That's what happened.
Imagine, imagine you have 50K in your hand and you said, babe, I know you cheated on me, but here's 25. Imagine going on a whole TV show, cheating on your girl and getting 25K out of it.
Because he said sorry twice, and you're like, okay.
Because he said sorry and he looked like a sad puppy a few days.
And then he said,
I cannot.
and
It's
he
like,
said, I love you. And then you were
no,
like,
he said,
okay.
I love you. And then he asks her to be his girl.
No.
Like,
When he asked her to be his girlfriend during the final, I was like, what are you doing? What
like
are you doing?
the votes are closed, babe. What are you doing? I'm
So I'm over this
He said,
UK
I'm different.
mentality to reward men who are lying, cheating snakes.
No, but
And
it's like a universal thing, isn't it?
you know who's getting the hate?
Yeah.
Lily. I'm like, what
Lily.
did this girl do?
Why
Literally,
is
what did
Lily
she do?
getting hate? That's
She's
so
literally
weird.
getting hate. So there was a clip that was released of her. She was in a pub when they were live streaming the final.
Mm-hmm.
And when Millie and Liam won, she just looked disappointed. Of course, do you think she's gonna share it on when she was the one that got like
Isn't it? Like
betrayed? She
she's
just looked. She didn't say anything. She just looked like, ugh. Well, I wish they like. She just wished they didn't. You know, you could see it
because
in her face.
she was led on to believe that not to go into the main villa, but like he liked her, innit? She thought that, like, oh, we had a connection.
Yeah.
And then I talked to his girl about the connection that he built with me outside of you, and he hurt you, and you just go back to him. Like, I'd make it make sense.
So she's literally getting messages like, "Oh, you're just a jealous bitch," and
She's
blah blah
12-year-old.
blah. And why is she getting hate and Liam is getting 25K? I'm so angry.
Liam got 25K.
And
Julie,
she's getting death threats. I hate this.
oh my God.
I
If
hate
I
it.
would, I should bleach my skin,
Oh my
dye
god.
my hair blonde,
Oh
and
my
put
god.
blue contacts in and fucking win Love Island so I can just get the 50K. I want to be that person to be like, actually, I'm going to take the money because my family need it.
I was so hoping for Millie to have played the long game, be like, oh no, actually, never mind.
Do you know how much I wanted the plot twist? The plot
But
twist.
no. She is so how do you call it, enamored and like in love, like
Mm,
infatuated by Liam. That is not.
that is not true.
The man is 21 years old. You're 25. Please get a grip.
Do you know what I mean? Like I'm, have no words to talk on this because I don't know whether to like or dislike Liam just because I saw
No,
that
he
video.
seems like a nice person to be friends with.
To be
You know what I mean?
friends with, yeah, but like as in a relationship, you're a cheater.
Yeah.
No one can tell me just because they didn't say we're boyfriend and girlfriend, but they were literally up under each other 24/7, literally 24/7 because you're in a villa together. That
Yeah.
there's no loyalty there, there's no commitment. Am I the
So
crazy one?
if I see one more time where Laura is the host, is
Mm,
so biased for one couple. I'm like, is the host not supposed to be
no,
objective?
she's meant to be objective.
Like I didn't like Caroline as a host, but at least you never could tell which couple she liked more. At
Yeah.
least in my eyes. With Laura, she was like, oh, Kaz and Tyler. And then she's like, here's finally Millie and Liam. Woo, let's have a look at their journey. Wow. And I was like, okay, girl, calm the fuck down.
I'm like, calm down. She gets 600K just for doing that, you know.
Yeah.
I need this. I need this in my life. And she's
On
also
After
blonde, you
Sun,
guys.
on After Sun, they talked
Yeah.
about Cass and Tyler and Millie and Liam. And for Cass and Tyler, they were like, yeah, I don't understand how they got back to each other. Tyler, like, took Clarice back to the main villa, blah, blah, blah. Which Tyler knew Cass for like a few days. So it's okay to slip up in the big, like, it's not okay, but
Yeah.
he slipped up in the beginning. Millie
Yeah.
and Liam were like
To
all
the
over each other,
extent.
but also all over each other. Like, they were like, hard vibes.
Yeah.
And
Like,
they were like,
okay,
oh,
go.
yeah, but Liam is so sorry and it was an honest mistake. Yeah, just say it's racism and let's move on.
Yeah. Like, oh
I
my
don't want to judge
God,
anyone, but it's so the double standards are,
are insane. It's actually insane. Should we talk about our top three dislikable people and likable people?
yeah. Who
You wanna
did
go
you
first?
top three favorite islanders this year?
My favorite ones.
Yeah.
Okay, so Liberty is number one.
Okay. Yeah, she was really iconic. What a
Yeah, just because I liked how that she is so emotionally intelligent,
yeah,
and I feel like I can relate to that. So if somebody did that to me or I felt off about someone in that regard, I would do the same thing that she did. And she said, I'm not here to waste anybody's time and waste votes. I'm gonna leave. As
yeah.
much as I love my girls, I'm gonna leave. And I respect that highly of her
I respect her so she
so
really
much.
said self-love.
And I like honestly, that is the bestest thing you can come out of a show that is not about self love.
Yeah,
So like I respect her highly. And she's just goofy and herself, and it's really refreshing because
yeah.
she's not a pick me either. She's just literally herself. Um, and then it would be it's really hard because I didn't like majority of the people there.
At the beginning, it was so hard. I was like, I literally hate everyone except Liberty and Kaz. It was
You know
so
what I
hard.
mean? So then it would be Kaz, but also she was annoying in the beginning, but then she got less annoying as the show progressed.
Yeah,
Or I might have just been accustomed to her personality because like
probably.
you said, yeah, we're quite chill people. So when someone's like a burst of energy is quite overwhelming.
But
So
sometimes, yeah, but we can. I think we are calm people, but then when we're energetic, we're energetic. You know what I mean? It's like a
yeah,
balance. And I think Cass is like what she was shown like on the show. She was energetic all the fucking time.
all the time. But we can see that she can be chill.
Yeah,
Um, and then it will be Chloe, ironically enough, because I don't like Chloe, but also she was just entertaining to watch.
yeah.
She was very entertaining. Not
Chloe's
Toby.
Chloe gave entertainment. She really grew on me.
Yeah, she did what she was supposed to do,
Yeah,
and
she said,
that's great.
"I'm gonna save the season," and she really did.
She really did.
Her and
Like
Toby together.
a lot of the things she did, some of the things she did irritated me, I'm not gonna lie, but she did provide like, but that's she did it in a way that wasn't a Faye way, where it
And
was
then
like
she had an
overwhelming.
posh accent, and then she suddenly had
A roadman accent.
yeah, what?
Like she like switched up on me and then she had like a baby voice and then she had a man's voice. I said, oh
Amazing, iconic.
girl, you like throw me in a whole circle. I'm confused. But yeah, what
So
about you?
your top one is Liberty, then Chloe.
Liberty, Liberty, Kaz, Chloe,
Okay, and then the least favorite.
Hugo,
Okay.
number one. I fucking hate Hugo. Even after the villa and he's been doing like TikToks and stuff, I'm like, I hate seeing your face. I hate it. He's a beg. He tried to get Chloe. He tried to beg it so hard. He tried to play the nice guy. He tried to play the friend game, and then he got friend zoned.
Hugo also was
LOL.
so liked at the beginning, but then towards like before he left, people were like, no.
He's so annoying. He's so annoying, and then he's very patronizing as well. He talks down to people as if he's better than them, and it pisses me off. He can
Him
go
and
away.
Priya would have been good.
Yeah, but he likes blonde girls with fake boobs, even though he likes natural girls. um tea, but we move. Poor Amy, who had to fucking stand next to him whilst he was like, "Oh, my Love Island journey was
Tragic.
terrible,
Yeah.
tragic or something," and she was standing right there. Dickhead. He's a
I
fucking
love
dickhead.
Amy. She
I
was like
do.
now she's just like shading him.
And I
Amazing.
love it. And like he did poor Georgia so dirty when Georgia literally was made for him because that was what he said. He likes natural blonde girls.
Down
They
to
both
earth. Yeah.
yeah, they both come from a similar background, but also has some opposites. Like it sounds perfect in theory, but because you're so head focused on Chloe, who doesn't even like you, my guy. She doesn't like you. If she liked you, she
Mm.
would have told you by now. Fucking idiot.
So
Sorry.
Hugo and then
Sorry. I'm so his whole presence annoyed the hell out of me. I was so happy when he left the villa, especially the way he left the villa because he thought the girls would save him. And did you see his smug face? He was
yeah.
there like smiling, and then they was like, Tyler, and his face dropped. It was so great. Anyway, so Hugo, Jake,
Yeah, for sure.
because
Jake
I
the Snake.
I don't know how to feel about Jake, honestly. It literally could be the edits. I don't know if he's genuine. I don't think he's genuine,
Even
but
if it's the edits, the way he behaves himself, like
yeah,
he said what he said. You can't edit what he said.
yeah, you said what you said. And you
Yeah.
keep saying, You're my girlfriend. My good friend. I
No.
don't even
I no. No.
like that's not a reason why and anyway. So he just his whole even without that, his whole personality was weird. He was kind of creepy. Didn't really like him. And then my last person is Faye. Actually, no, Faye and then Jake. Because
Really?
I can't
Really? Sorry.
really. Oh, and Lucinda. Let's add her for special effect. I forgot about her. Lucinda. Add her in the mix as well. I I don't.
She literally was only there for the deals.
She was there for the deals, but her voice pissed me off. I think I stopped watching it for a bit while she was still in there, just because I didn't want to hear it anymore.
Really?
Really?
Oh, sorry.
Oh my gosh. You're kidding me. Anyway, so she she's up there, but Faye is over Jake just because she just got so unbearingly like frustrating to watch, and to watch her yell at Teddy like that was so traumatic for me as a person. Like
Yeah.
it was so hard to experience. It made my skin crawl, and then from that she just turned ugly. Like before I thought she was a decent looking girl, and now I just saw her as just this ugly being, just an ugly human being altogether inside and out.
She was a lot.
Just horrible. So
Okay.
those are my mix. I also didn't really like Aaron. He pissed me off.
Oh my god.
I didn't like much people.
For me, the top three, I think, is Liberty. For me, it's really hard. I really didn't. Oh, I liked Abby a lot
Mhm.
because I wish we would have seen her more. Because I think she's such a, I don't know, she just seemed like a good person.
She did. She was really a cool vibe.
I need to think. And probably Cass, like those three.
Yeah.
And then Chloe as entertainment factor. But I don't know if I would, I don't think, I mean, I think I would never ever be friends with Chloe in real life.
Oh, 100% not.
Yeah. And then the three dislike Jake first because I hated Jake. I was so angry. I was like, this is disgusting. His behavior is so I don't know.
I'm surprised you put Jake first.
Wait, who did you have first?
Even I forgot. Wow. Who did I have first? We literally just said it as well. That is so funny.
Who did you have first?
We literally just said it. Our minds are like goldfishes. That's jokes.
What?
Who did I say first? Hugo. Sorry.
Hugo. Yeah, no. I didn't hate Hugo as much as you did.
Oh,
I
he was
really had
unbearable.
some anger for Jake because I think it's so disgusting how because he had a girlfriend, he was pushing all the other boys to be dickheads. Like mm,
I hate
I
people
just
like that.
me with someone like as a girlfriend. If
Yeah.
some of Craig's friend would do that, or if Craig would do that himself, I'd be so disgusted. I'd be so
Be like, why are you friends
angry.
with them? Why would you want someone like that in your life?
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, that's why I think I hated him. Like the whole cast and more, I was like disgusting. So And then I hated Danny because he was just a racist. And do you remember Danny?
Oh my god, Danny! He looked like a bulldog.
He gave me the ick like no other person ever has.
He this is so racist. But he actually looked like he was a part of like a fucking
But
a
he
racist group.
was so like possessive, so weird, so like I feel like he's gonna kill someone in it. Like I just got bad vibes.
Yeah. He looks like an evil villain in like a movie.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then well, I hated Toby for a long, long, long time, but he redeemed himself. So
I just had no thoughts on Toby. I was just like, he's there in it, doing dumb shit.
but he gave entertainment, so we stand now.
Yeah. He
Stand,
did provide something for the first 3 weeks.
yeah. And then probably I don't know.
You don't know?
Mm, 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 mm. I really didn't like Sharon. I really didn't like.
No.
I mean, she was a lot. And then, oh my God. Oh,
Sharon was what?
Clarice was a lot.
She was just there.
Mm, 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 mm.
Sorry, my nephew walks in like
Oh my God.
banging on the
Who
door.
did you say? So you said Hugo, Jake, and Faye. Yeah, probably.
Faye, and
Yeah,
then throwing Lucinda in there just for the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
relay.
Yeah, I agree with those as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who else was unbearable. Sharon was unbearable. Um, Aaron just his
Oh,
nonchalant
I
was.
didn't like Brad on the show, but then after the show, he seems really sweet. So I don't know how the show
I mean,
shows
I don't
him.
like him for fucking with Rachel and
Yeah,
then dissing her like.
yeah, I really didn't like him and
Um,
Lucinda. I was so happy when he left and then she left as well
it
afterward.
it felt like my brain cells were dying
Yeah.
watching them.
When they went on a date, I skipped the whole date because it's like I can't watch this.
I didn't like Mary by the end.
Mary was screaming at Cass for saying her and Aaron, the second Aaron,
Yeah.
not compatible, and then left him the second
It's
they left the
the
villa.
second
So
that they left the villa. I want a public apology.
anyway,
I
so
want it.
that's our little Love Island 2021 problematic recap.
I want them to do better for next year. I'd love the drama to not the fake drama, but like the little things here and there.
I'm going back to watching Love Island Germany now, which starts this week. Exciting stuff.
That is exciting. That
Uh,
is fun. Yeah, just do better, please, producers, because I'm tired of all your bombshells
yeah,
being
we're gonna send
bombed.
this to ITV and so they can see what they can do better.
Honestly, like bombshells like Abby. Like I was happy to see that because she is stunning and she wasn't blonde. You know, give me something. Give me a mixed race woman. Why not throw that in the mix? Give me something.
Give me
Love
an
Island.
East Asian woman. How about that?
Do you know what I mean? Like something like spice it up a bit because I'm bored.
Spice it up. And there could be a size 10 for once, because all the
Oh my god, do you know what I mean?
but okay.
Okay. Anyway, thanks for listening, guys.
See you next week.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye.